Former President Trump and Vice President Harris have been going head-to-head in the presidential debate this week. It was a huge topic of conversation, was their stance on tariffs. So let's listen to this.
We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world.
Well, let's be clear that the Trump administration resulted in a trade deficit, one of the highest we've ever seen in the history of America. He invited trade wars.
Okay, so what's your stance on tariffs? Break it down for us. How closely do they impact Americans' wallets? Because when we hear that, we're like, what does that mean for me?
Right. So there are a number of expenses that get passed through to the consumer, and sometimes that can happen with tariffs where prices go up because, the producers are paying more, and so they pass that on to the consumer. That can also happen with an increase in taxes. There are multiple dynamics going here. The point that President Trump is making is that he is going to use tariffs to increase the revenue coming into the United States, and he did make a point, and I'm really not into a political commentary. I like to look at the mechanics, but he made a point that when he raised, when he put the tariffs on with China, he brought in a lot of revenue, and the Biden administration has kept those tariffs, and they actually just added some tariffs. And one reporter was calling out Karine Jean-Pierre on saying, now, is this a sales tax? Because Kamala said this is a sales tax. There's a lot of back and forth and political gotcha and all of that. But many of these things can translate through to the consumer. I would say also taxes do that. They can really cause inflation because, you tax corporations and they can sometimes pass that through to the consumer. So you have to balance all of these variables. Something I find very interesting is that President Trump and Elon Musk are talking about inflation being due to the fiscal spending. That's true. They're putting more money into circulation. The Fed was trying to take money out of the system. The fiscal spending sort of put it back in. And the money juxtaposed to the goods and services is what creates those price increases. That's a mechanical thing. Now, if Trump and Elon come into the White House, they're talking about we are on an unsustainable path fiscally. Jerome Powell has admitted that. And so that's true also. But they have to be careful mechanically how much fiscal spending they cut, because the fiscal spending has been keeping us liquid so that we can service the debt and keeping us out of recession. I'm not thinking that they're going to take it lightly, but somebody did point out to Elon recently in the All In podcast that, the fiscal spending has accounted for 40% of the GDP calculation. So you can't just delete it. Otherwise, you're going to drastically reduce GDP. So these are mechanical things. Mm-hmm. And I think what we really need to watch, and both administrations should be interested in, is that mechanically, where are we on solid ground mechanically? Because a lot of things about the debt mechanism and monetary and fiscal policy really haven't changed from the mechanical perspective. And what are the anomalies? Like we had supply chain disruptions, and we've had a record amount of fiscal stimulus against tightening. So, and measure those things and adjust it mechanically.
All right. Very good analysis there. Market analysis and director of strategy at Optimal Capital, Francis Stacy. Thank you so much, because the bottom line, people just want to be able to put food on the table, right, and fill up their gas tanks. But thank you for breaking down everything behind the scenes. We appreciate that.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.